Hi students, so we are back. As promised, we shall be discussing the solutions of this session's examinations for few papers. So first of all, I really hope that all of you who are watching this video are safe and healthy. More so for students residing in India, we are probably back to where we were in the April 2000, during the times in 2020 March, April when lockdown had been imposed. So it again is a difficult time for us. The I am I won't say I'm an optimistic person. Being a actual student, pessimism sometimes do come, but yeah, I am a realist. The good thing about us is that yes, the things which we weren't aware of in the previous session, whether exams will be conducted or not, how will they be conducted, these are something which we do not have to deal with. Certain other professional bodies who are still conducting exams in offline center are not sure whether they would be able to hold the exams or not, given the widespread COVID infections that have been taking place. At least for actual candidates, we are pretty certain sure that both IA and IFoA will continue to take these exams online till the time this situation does not normalize. So yes, we know that the exams are there in September. For IA, it's starting from 1st of September, and for IFoA, if I'm not wrong, it's somewhere 13th or 14th of September. So that's a good part from us. We should try to take out the good things even during these tough times, because later, obviously, we'll look at it and we feel pretty proud that yes, even during these uncertain times, we were able to improve and upskill ourselves. So as we had promised, we are gonna release videos for CM1, CM2, CS1, CS2 for both the paper A and paper B part. There shall be separate videos for each of them. So we plan to release a total of 8 videos, and if we have further time, we might release videos for CP1, CP2, and CP2 as well. So before beginning with our lectures, I'll just like to inform you that we are starting with our live online classes from the 1st of May. It's a blended live online mode wherein we would be holding the live online classes on weekends and public holidays. So we have structured the classes so that they start or commence from May 1st, and we are planning to complete the syllabus latest by August 15th. We have an excellent track record over the past 5 years of starting pretty early and completing the syllabus well before time. This session is comparatively short, but still we believe that it's very important for at least from the teachers and to complete their part at least 4 to 6 weeks before examinations. 6 weeks is something which might be pretty challenging given this particular short session, but yes, we plan to complete latest by August 15, and we would try to complete it by July end itself, given that the IA exams are starting from the 1st of September itself. So now coming to how we have structured these classes, we have realized over the past years that students primarily struggle in how to solve questions in examinations using the most efficient techniques. Different questions might a single question might have more than a single method to solve, but there are efficient methods. How to recognize these if there is any pattern, so that that particular question can be solved in the most efficient manner, which will allow us more time to solve the difficult questions. So our focus would be on there, practicing lots and lots of questions in these live online classes. Second part, which has become more important, especially after the introduction of the new 2019 curriculum, is the comments part. Even for higher papers where our application skills are required, it's very important for us to understand a particular scenario which is there in the question and be able to infer and make certain comments on them. These could be in the form of discussing what are the positives or negatives, or without calculations what things could happen and not. So we are going to lay a lot of emphasis on these in the live online classes. Thirdly, a lot of students generally tend to ignore the paper B part because they say it's only 30%. So, passing wise, it is not that important as paper A. Okay, I would agree that mathematically speaking, it's only 30%. So, yes, your passing is mostly influenced by paper A part. But being actual students, especially those of you, who are intending or planning to become a fellow actuary, we need to play a long-term game. It's not that we clear 2 3 papers and then it's done. We have a large number of papers which would be testing on a variety of different skills which we possess. So as such, keeping the long-term game in mind, it's extremely important that you practice, if not I would say more, at least an equal amount of time for paper B part, which you are devoting for paper A part. if you would talk to any of our seniors who are working on any experienced industry professionals, you'll realize that ultimately the entire our work revolves around these softwares. It could be either Microsoft Excel, it could be R programming, there could be various other softwares like Python, SAS, or more specialized softwares like Profit and so on. So again, our actual curriculum has only two of these, so it's very important that we practice on these. You might clear a paper, but if you do not know how to work on it, the companies, you won't have a good impression. You won't be able to build a good credibility for yourself in the eyes of the others, because you have had the luxury of being able to study these under the new curriculum, which lot of me and the other old students didn't have. We just had a single examination, a written examination, no online content. So it's very important that you have a very good knowledge about these. So the focus on the live online classes will be on the paper B part as well. So it's going to be a blended mode wherein we would be giving all our students access to all pre-recorded lectures which we have curated over the past 5 years. These cover the conceptual parts for both paper A and paper B. These cover the specific videos for the mathematical typing for each and every paper. Not a common set of videos. We have certain common set of videos as well for all the four papers, and apart from that, we have around let's say 15 to 20 specific set of videos for each paper, where we show how you can go about typing efficient typing on MS Word, so that you are able to complete the paper in a time bound manner. So along with these, we have several videos. I'm not counting it. It could be anywhere. For certain papers, it could be 30. For certain, it could be 25. For certain, it could be 40. Where these specific videos are only for discussing solutions of the questions which we're going to provide to you. And majority of these are questions from the past year thing. So all of these are actually exam size questions, and practicing these are extremely important. So to reduce the time between which students ask a doubt and they get answered by us, what we have done is we have created a lot of structured videos wherein we have solved these questions in full detail, so that whenever students face any issue, they have this particular lecture to look back at. That is their first point of reference. They do not have to wait for us to respond. Obviously, there would be certain other doubts for which we are always available to our WhatsApp or Telegram. But apart from these, we are trying to make ourselves more useless for the students. Yes, you heard it right. I said we are trying to make ourselves more useless. As a teacher, I firmly believe that I'm not doing my task well if I'm not progressively becoming useless to my students, at least for a particular topic. It doesn't really make sense if I am unable to, allow my students to become more independent with their work, and they continue to remain dependent on me for each and everything. It might work very well for me and my profession, given if I'm making others dependent on me, but that's not what we are here for. So that is how we're trying to plan on building so much content that students have entire of these with proper tagging and everything, so that even in our absence for some reason, their studies does not get affected for even a single day. So yeah, that was what I was going to talk about my classes. So we are going to give access to all these pre-recorded lectures, and we are going to give students a weekly target wherein we'll tell them what topics they need to cover on the part for the first 5 days. It could be a mixture of, let's say, 2 to 3 videos going through material, and on the weekends we would be focusing where students really struggle the most. This would allow the students to have the flexibility to pace their preparation, not giving them daily targets but rather weekly targets, so that different students, whether they are working or whether they are studying in a university, they both can complete the same. So that is how we intend to plan our classes, and we'll really try that we keep on improving our the proportion of students who are clearing the exams. Yes, this session's examinations were little different from earlier terms. It was a lot more application based, lot more questions were asked, which were of a different type than what has generally been asked in the past 8 9 years. But then again, this is something we should get used to, especially if you look at the higher papers. This is the type of questions which generally comes, where they test you on our application skills and on higher order thinking skills. So that is something we have to ultimately do. So let's not why do it right now itself. Yes, obviously we wouldn't really mind having certain easy papers so we clear and feel confident, but again, as I said, these things are not in our control. How the papers come, how difficult it is something which is beyond our control. We have control over what? Ourselves, how we start our preparation, and that is what we should try to control first, You do that task, you have done 99% of your part. The rest 1% you can leave it to luck. The thing is, you should be confident enough that you have done your part, you have given your best, you are going there in the examination. If you fail, it means it was really a difficult paper and most of the other students would have struggled as well. So it's ultimately regarding how much effort you can give and whether you can really say, yes, I did give my best. It, once you really achieve that, it really wouldn't even matter what results are coming or not. Obviously, we want positive results, but we wouldn't be bothered. We would be more proud that we have actually studied meticulously, remained focused, motivated even during these difficult circumstances for quite a few of us. So that's what we should be focusing to do.